Hello everybody, my name is Brianna Bilo and I'm a meteorologist here with the National Weather Service office in Grand Junction, Colorado, and this is the Fall 2023 Seasonal Climate Summary. So starting off, we'll do a recap of the stories of the month for the fall season, which includes September, October, and November. So for September, our story of the month was the return of the snow. As we all know, summer in the mountains comes late and leaves early. Our last snow was in June and our first snow came in September. This image here is from September 13th. Thank you to Val for submitting it to us. And this shows a fresh coating of snow on the Cimarron Range outside of Ridgeway. And we actually saw showers and storms throughout the whole month over the higher terrain. And as we started to see temperatures cooling aloft, we started to see several rounds of light snowfall over those last 2 weeks of the month of September. Moving into October, our story of the month was the annular solar eclipse. So it's called annular because the moon is at its farthest point and is just a little bit smaller than the disk of the sun, so you end up with this ring around the outside. So annular means ring or circle. So all eyes were on the skies on the morning of October 14th, and this annular solar eclipse covered a substantial chunk of the western United States, including passing over eastern Utah and western Colorado, specifically southwestern Four Corners area. And the path of totality especially was southeast Utah, southwest Colorado, and the rest of the area saw 80% or better of totality. I believe here in Grand Junction we were at like 95%, which is pretty darn close to totality. There was the threat of some high clouds, but it worked out and clear skies held through the morning, and the peak of the eclipse passed around 10:30 in the morning local time. And we actually saw a temperature drop during this period of about 5 degrees Fahrenheit. So definitely something that you could feel when totality occurred. And this was just kind of our daily weather story. And then the November story of the month, holiday travel headaches. As is expected during the holiday season in the mountains, travel becomes difficult. And we definitely saw that over Thanksgiving. So although the month of November was generally warm and dry, we did see periods of cooler and wetter weather. And unfortunately, one of those periods fell over Thanksgiving and the post-Thanksgiving travel weekend. So pre-Thanksgiving was fine. Travel was good. Weather was clear. A winter storm got itself together on the holiday itself, leading to treacherous mountain roads and colder, snowy weather across all of eastern Utah and western Colorado for the Black Friday and Saturday post-holiday travel, shopping, whatever it is that you do. It was definitely a tough day to do it, at least in this neck of the woods. So moving on, looking at our highest temperatures of the fall, these all occurred in September. Our warmest highs were 93 in Grand Junction on the 8th and in Canyonlands on the 8th and the 9th. And our coolest high was 83 in Aspen on the 1st. And as you can see by these dates, early September was definitely on the warmer side, with the 1st and sort of that 8th, 9th period showing up here for our warmest temperatures of the season. As far as our coldest temperatures, a little more scattershot, and that really kind of relates to that more punctuated periods of intense cold in between these above normal temperatures that we saw. So our coldest low for the season was -10 in Meeker on the 26th. This goes with that post-Thanksgiving storm that we saw and the cold air that came in behind it. And a lot of these definitely came with that storm, but then you can see in Utah with Vernal and Canyonlands, who had our warmest low of the season, came right before Halloween, and we had a 14 in Canyonlands for that one. As far as our precip is concerned, not the best season. Everybody came in below average, ranging anywhere from almost half an inch below to almost 3 inches below in Durango. Aspen saw the most precipitation with 3.34 inches for the season. poor vernal saw the least with only just under 0.2 inches, and unfortunately this trend kind of seems to be holding out as we move into the winter season, with vernal not seeing a ton of precipitation and Aspen Meeker Craig kind of seeing better precipitation. The winter 2023 drought outlook, basically the areas where we already have a D1, so moderate drought or worse. I think the worst that we have in the area is actually severe drought, which is D2. We're looking at that drought holding. Areas where we see D0 or abnormally dry conditions, which is pretty much the rest of eastern Utah and western Colorado, because this isn't a drought category, it doesn't have a drought tendency, but we're probably looking at those holding on as well, or possibly degrading to join the areas of D1 and D2 that we already have. Looking at the winter 2023 temperature and precipitation outlook per CPC, eastern Utah and western Colorado really looking at equal chances of seeing above or below normal temperatures, with areas further out in the plains showing a fairly strong signal of near normal, and that kind of starts to cut into our southwest Colorado area. And then looking at precipitation, we see a slight tendency towards above normal precipitation for the entire area. That's it for the fall summary. I will see you again in a couple months with the winter seasonal summary. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.